Nate, I know you're a gamer, and, gamers get paid a lot of money these days, so you think in your next contract extension, you're just going to go out there and say, okay, no, we're not going to go ahead and do that. We're not going to do the full quote because, that's kind of weird. Let's talk today about a report from Adrian Dater, the guy who went out there and asked Nathan MacKinnon those questions, or something similar to that, a year ago. I know I like to meme on it all the time, but big respect out there to Adrian Dater. I know a lot of Colorado Avalanche fans don't really have that same respect based off of what I've read on their subreddit, but either way, today we're talking about the Colorado Avalanche and Nathan MacKinnon. Because of a piece published on Colorado Hockey Now the other day, 1 year ago the Avs got kicked out in the second round by the Vegas Golden Knights. Adrian Dater asked Nathan MacKinnon if next year they're just going to say F it and win this whole thing, don't even overthink it. And I guess that's what they kind of did, because they won the Stanley Cup in 2021-2022 in the finals against the Tampa Bay Lightning. MacKinnon went head-to-head with Connor McDavid in the third round, and he came out on top. But a very interesting thing about Connor McDavid, the opponent in the Colorado-Edmonton showdown, is the fact that McDavid for a long time now has been the most paid player in the entire NHL's history. A $12.5 million AAV contract is the most amount of money that any contract in NHL history has ever signed for before. Sure, there have been individual years where some players have gotten more money, like Fedorov, for example, in the late 90s, had one season where he got paid $28 million. I don't know why the heck that happened. But when it comes to modern-day cap management, AAVs, etc., 12.5 AAV is the highest we have ever seen. The reason it's interesting to bring up Connor McDavid is because with Nathan MacKinnon, he is also a player that is somewhat in that same tier, maybe even just a shade below in some people's eyes. Some might even say he's a little bit better than McDavid because of the intensity and the responsibility and the eagerness that MacKinnon has. This most recent season, in 65 games played for the Colorado Avalanche, Nathan MacKinnon had 88 points, 72 goals, and 56 assists. Do the math over 82, 88, divvy 65 multiplied out by a full year. He was on pace for 111 points. In the playoffs, he was over a point per game as well, getting 24 points in the 20 games it took for the Avs to win the Stanley Cup. And MacKinnon has been in a pretty good spot, cap-wise, when it comes to being available for his team. He's got one season left on his current contract, making $6.3 million a season. Now, this contract, 7 years by 6.3, was signed all the way back after he completed his entry level in 2015-16. Back in that time frame, MacKinnon had 52 points in 72 games played, so he wasn't really the monster that he is today. Lo and behold, he absolutely exploded in terms of his NHL consistency, his ability to produce points, his goal scoring, his work ethic, his speed. Everything just ramped up to the moon and back like that penny stock that your uncle keeps on trying to promote to you after MacKinnon signed that contract. And thus, this 6.3 AAV deal was seen in many people's eyes as probably the most valuable contract in the entire league. When MacKinnon was in the lineup, of course, he hadn't played a full 82-game season since 2018-19. The next few years, he got 69 games played. Okay, the season was cut short. That's not his fault. 48 games played in the 56-game year. Not really his fault either. And then he had 65 games played this recent season. Nathan MacKinnon, though, is in a caliber of talent where a lot of people could say that he could realistically demand something in the 11.5, maybe even $12 million AAV range on his next deal, starting from 27 years old. Which is why we go over on the Colorado Hockey Now, where we look at what Adrian Dater has to say. Here's an exclusive report. Nathan MacKinnon is seeking to be the NHL's highest paid player plus. This is what the article says. NHL sources tell Colorado Hockey Now that the Nathan MacKinnon camp is expecting the star center to become the highest paid player in the league on his next contract, which is currently under negotiation. That's it. That's the article. There actually isn't too much more. If you're not a Colorado Hockey Now subscriber, there's actually a little bit of a promo in the body of this article, so you can go ahead and click on that if you want. But that's pretty much the scoop that we have here, that Nathan MacKinnon is apparently seeking a contract that will exceed the highest AAV given to any one of these players in Connor McDavid at 12.5 per. Now, the first thing that a lot of Colorado fans are going out there and saying is that, hey, wait a minute, Nathan MacKinnon said a while ago that he actually would be interested in taking a team-friendly deal. Where the heck is this report coming from saying that he wants to get the highest paid AAV in the NHL's history? Are you serious? But at the same time, I really wouldn't put too much stock into anything like that, because we hear players say all the time, yeah, I would like to take a discount here, I'd like etc. Sometimes they do that, like Patrice Bergeron the other day. 1 year, 2.5 AAV, fantastic, chef's kiss moi. But for other players, sometimes you hear him say, yeah, I like it here, I want to stick around, I'd be willing to take a hometown discount, and then boom, he goes to free agency, he gets the bag, and in some cases it makes even less sense that he's not re-signing with a team that could have offered him more money in the first place. But either way, all Johnny Gaudreau games aside, there still is a little bit of a backlash that I've seen amongst Colorado Avalanche fans saying, hey, why the hell are we going to believe Adrian Dater? Here's a comment on the Avalanche subreddit from Hood Phones. It's a little bit more on the lighter side when it comes to its Adrian Dater, criticism. Everyone's saying he said he was going to take a discount. That was years ago. Let's not rely on that. However, this is freaking...
You can get $300 in Amazon gift cards. Start by opening a TD Unlimited checking account. With the TD My Spend app, you can track spending and savings goals.
Adrian Dater, so let's not rely on that either. I'm just happy if it's anything below 12.5. If it's in the 11s, I am ecstatic. Does not trust, say, hey, I'm not sure why you're getting downvoted. 100% anything less than 12.5 is a team-friendly deal. Meanwhile, if we go over to the Oilers subreddit and take a look at what their fans are saying about this entire report, he will make more than 12.5. Someone has to eventually surpass McDavid's contract, right? The fact is, Connor McDavid and his 12.5 AAV was signed immediately after his entry-level deal expired in, 2018? So it's been 4 years or so of having this contract be the de facto #1 AAV contract the NHL has ever seen. It's a matter of time before somebody goes out there and breaks that mold, right? Austin Matthews, once his bridge deal expires, Nathan McKinnon this upcoming offseason when he gets his extension, because the Colorado Avalanche are going to keep this guy. You're not going to see them pull the Johnny Gaudreau situation, aren't you? There, in fact, is the other perspective that says that, hey, Nathan McKinnon could very well just go out there and take a discount because here's a comment from Luna4589 that highlights it pretty well. McKinnon has modeled so much of his career after Sidney Crosby. Who knew that if he took less money, it would give his team the ability to build around him? Crosby wanted to win cups, and his decision helped the Pens win 3. I'd be surprised if this was true that McKinnon was looking for the highest paid amount of money in an AAV's contract history, especially considering the source. Then the reply here says, hopefully he copies Sid's birth year AAV. Crosby went for 8.7, so maybe Nate will go 9.5. Now, that's pretty wacky. I don't really know if that's going to be in the territory here. Long story short, I do think that with the body of work McKinnon is capable of, with the contracts given out to other guys like Panarin, you have Marner, you have Matthews, Tavares, Mac Daddy's getting 8 figures. That's it. No fans or buts about it. You've got Patrick Kane, Jonathan Taves, 10.5 each. Carey Price is making 10. Nathan McKinnon signed a 6.3 AV deal when he was a 50-point guy, and they kind of expected him to become a 70, 80-ish point guy consistently since then. Nowadays, he's a 100-point pace player that just hasn't played the amount of games necessary to get to 100 points in a season yet. But he is so gosh darn good that there are so many people going out there saying, hey, if I'm building a team from scratch, if I'm going out there in the postseason, would I rather have McDavid or McKinnon? A lot of people would go out there and say McKinnon. I personally am on the McDavid train because you can't argue with the amount of points that the guy got, but for Nathan McKinnon, there is somewhat of an infectious ability to go out there and will results on the ice that I think can translate to other areas of your lineup that I don't really know Connor McDavid just has. McDavid is just so talented, but at the end of the day, there's a lot more to hockey than just one player's individual talent. So at the end of the day, if Nathan McKinnon gets something in the $12 million AAV range, I wouldn't be surprised. If he gets the same 12.5 AAV contract, I wouldn't be surprised either. If he gets 11, I wouldn't be surprised. If he gets 13, I wouldn't be surprised. It's a new world in the cap era, baby. So talk in the comments about your thoughts about Nathan McKinnon and his upcoming contract extension negotiation process that he's going to have with the Colorado Avalanche. If you had to predict, because we're going to say that Nathan McKinnon is going to resign. We're not going to say he's going to another team or whatever. You have to predict this. How much does Nathan McKinnon sign for with the Avs? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also keep in mind that he will be a UFA after this upcoming contract year happens. So how much does that affect this entire discussion here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Trolls 99. And bye.
Joe. I'm a funny guy.
Oh, hi, Tom. Did you want to join me for breakfast? Give me kids. Here, eat this potato. Hey, French toast potato. It's a good day, Tom.
Yeah, buddy. Texas, this is me, Bob. This is my children.
You have actually never given Colin human food before. How you doing?
Are you enjoying class? I just did it for the vlog. Don't get used to it.
Okay, no more selfie vlog. BS Brendan's here.
Oh, hi, brother.
Yo, hold on. What? Frank's just been just moving in my house. Look at what you've done. Hey, bro. What do you even have, bro? Fragile, dry. You dry? How about that, huh? How's that for dry? You get your boxes and you get them out.
I'll just box up. You guys saw my Instagram story last night, bro? Box the clown? So this is, like, ancient, like, a party board, bro. A party board. Let's go to West Coast.
This is the most savage thing ever. Every day, I just pull in, I'm like, damn, this is a cool bus. That's why I named it that. Okay, yeah, so we're heading to West Coast Customs. As you guys know, we've had some problems with the bus. For example, the horn, we had to shove this watermelon underneath it because it's taken out. Literally does not stop honking. Problem. Also, haven't figured out how to use the Wi-Fi yet, which is a problem. Your fog light stinks. What you bro? My boy, hey, the world's best bus driver. You all saw yesterday's vlog. You can drive the bus now. We're really expensive. They held on with duct tape. It just held it away. So I think we do. Yo, Evan's nervous because we're going on the highway. I didn't tell him that was the only way to get there. You got this, bro. Evan! We're going on the highway. Look at that speed, Evan. Oh my God, it's fun. Hey! Oh my God, this is the gas pedal. Yeah, for sure. That's the problem. That's it all. Do you think the accelerator's coming off? Oh, it's sliding down. Oh, what exit? What exit? What? Go this way. The brake is still there, so build the brake. Bro, Evan, bro. This is how you teach the driver. No, you almost hit that car. Don't do something about it, bro. I feel like we should remind the low gang one of the issues with the bus, the horn problem. I don't think we should. Bro, come on. Have focus on driving. Guys, see how this is a problem? Definitely an issue. I can do it. I hope they can fix that. That gets noise. Getting this close to every car on the right side. Yes, I hate it. Yo, I think you pull over right here, bro. I think I'm gonna take over. Oh gosh, Eric just pull over. Okay, good here for sure. Good stuff. Actually, what I do is I get exactly with the price. We're going, Evan. I want to get out of here. Shut up, dog. I'm more upset than you are.
You guys call me drivers, bro? Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. Car just fucking drive. Hello? Mom, is that you? Hey, Kenny. Yo, the one thing I'm hoping is this is the most basic yet annoying thing in the world. Okay, ready? This is, I don't know how that happened. I was just hitting it. That's a thing we're dealing with. And then, yo, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with the Wi-Fi. Maybe I'm stabbing it wrong or whatever. Take the water bottle out. Yeah, bro, it's tough. That does it? Everybody gets out of your way. Yeah, oh, true. Just the water bottle. Recycling. It is recycling. Oh, you know everything, bro. Of course we do. Reduce, reuse, recycle. This is just reusing, bro. I like you. Yo, this is a hilarious problem. I got contacted to that horn. Yo, look at Kong. I was sitting with Kong this morning, and like, I don't love many things, but like, I fell in love with this dog. I love you. I love you. We don't kind of around here. We fix that. I like that. It just seems so simple. We made it simple. I like that too. I like you. Thank you too.
Live TV.
Yo.
Netflix. Amazon Prime Video.
Amazon Prime Video. YouTube. Let's go. The Wi-Fi is working, meaning the TV is
We must
working.
update this app to launch it. The update may cause stored data to be deleted.
Yo, what? Get hyper, bro. I'm so bad. You got places to be, Brendan. Serious, a busy bitch. Hey, Tom. Rough day. I'm sorry, guys. I think he's being so cute today. But honestly, not as cute as my boy Andrew.
Location. Optical HD.
You talk too fast and too loud. Shut up. Shit, Siri has no chill right now. Audio guidance off. That's what we need, bro. That's off. Thank God. Siri was being a little sore today. Bro, so a bit sleepy. My boys are going ham. Yo, good. Yo, it's time to Maverick exercises. Next up, right? You too, right? Oh, Oh no.
Yo, Mr. Disease. Oh! To that one, and it'll be Maverick. Right, hypothetically, this is tough, right? That would be some boo. You got the Grizzlies right now? Yeah. Oh. Tough question. I know comedy, alright? And that's comedy. Funny stuff, yo, by the way. You guys like the new Rogan hat? Hey. First time wearing that, son. Yo, Maverick Logan works? We do it right, man. And I guess it's a good time to say, if you haven't got it yet, what the you doing, bro? You know where to get it, licking the wheels. Okay, couple things going on right now. If you notice, my brother Jake is looking like more of a shot than ever. And my boy Victor Lego decals. Okay, Maverick. Yep, you got it. I'm gonna let them actually do it because I don't know how to do it. I just know how to vlog. Damn. Boy, look at Spice.
That's what puts you.
Hold up. That's not cool. What did you do that for? You got pranked! That's how we do it. Baby. I don't like that. I don't like you guys. Hey, all of it. A lot of the internet doesn't like us either, but it's okay. Yo, your views are going down, bro. Something needs to change. Yo. Yours were down too for the other day. Oh, what happened? I was ahead of you, and then we switched, and now it's gonna switch again. What are you talking about? I've always been the best. Name me a day when you've had more views and more subscribers than I did. Oh, wait, how many views do you have on your channel? I don't know. How many music videos do you have on your channel? Wait, help me have views, not on my main channel. Wait. How many views do you have? I don't know. You have 2 billion. I have like 2.6 billion. Are you paying attention to my channel? What? You got some competition? Yeah, we got some competition. Help me out, dude. 130 million views. Out of my blog channel. Not to mention all the other videos on my other channel. I'm just saying. Yeah, with your point. How many views did you have because of me? I mean, you got kind of real with it. I mean, here's the thing. I bet you don't. I don't understand it. That's why I don't get that. I really have to be relevant. Okay. You're right. So, good to see you, Jake. Thanks for stopping by. I want to love you so bad. It's hard to love. This is a squad of minions. Why not? Yeah, you're like 26. What are you talking to? The kids are like 18. I think I'm just going to do my best. Stay away from them. No. You're okay, buddy. Thank you, my mom. Why are you coming to ruin my day? How did I ruin your day? Oh, I'm just doing me. It's letting you me. What do you want from me? I don't want anything from you, actually. I know. You never let me take a W, Logan. Yes. But you know I take W. You have to find a new brother, too. You know I take W. Yeah, you get W's. We both get W's. Can we not both get W's? We both get W's. Why are you going to spray me your butt? I didn't spray me your butt. Hairspray. Just rub it off, bro. That doesn't look like hairspray, though. It's hairspray. Why are we multi colors? Why is my bump is different color? Look like it's smart, bro. It's different color, bro. This is for you, okay? I'm not going to do that. That's too much. I don't think that hurts you away from that. 100 of them. These team 10 keep multiplying like bunny crap. You're lucky it's not rapid season, boy. Otherwise, oh, snap. So crazy. This is such a nice finishing touch. Like, it's really weird how nice it just like wraps everything up. Yeah. The Maverick Enterprise is going. I'm just saying right now, I'm excited about the zone. As you may have seen in the vlog, the Maverick dog, not even kidding, the best dog I've ever worn. Like, 100% they're changing the closing game. Like, even today, wearing Maverick shorts, now, these are not out yet. Okay, no hate, but when we drop out of the throw, that's a freaking rock! Just spit everywhere. Yep, on me. Thank you. No joke, bro. It's slowly not becoming merch anymore. Like, an actual apparel line. Let's go. Maverick Enterprise. I think Jake is in his little Jake Paul over there. Can I have a moment with Jake Paul? There he is. There's the troublemaker. Hello, it's brother Jake, me and brother Logan. Hey, Logan. Come here. Go to the right. Feel like I love you. I love you too. Hi, bro. Look both ways. I'll try. Let's go, buddy. Goodbye, Jake. Very interesting having my brother also do YouTube videos. It's the most magical thing ever, and it's the most toxic thing ever. Well, God damn, we can do it. I'm kidding. No, Jake, you can be a mother sometimes, but I love you. I stopped at a gas station you get some propane. That's what gives the bus electricity for Wi-Fi. Anyway, I got some flavor hot Cheetos ready to get them behind. You got the bread. Bro, I'm burning, bro. I need some milk, bro. I'm LA and Hollywood. I only think this is no joke. Jesus. You probably used to people buying flavor hot Cheetos. Jesus. Here's where they get you, bro. Can't stop eating. Like, my mouth is burning. By the way, not a fan of Cheetos. Cheetos, you owe me money. What's wrong with me?
Did you try?
I'm trying to party.
Stop eating that.
I told the Rosemary I can't. I appreciate you. I gotta pay. You good, bro? It's just hot, bro. Why am I so extra? I don't know. I'll never know.
Why did you just do that?
Okay, guys, I feel a little better in the back. Apparently not. But yo, I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, I love my dog, right? I love Colin, he's right here. And I don't know if this is actually comfortable for him. So I want to go to the pet store right now and get a dog bed to put like right here. So boy, you just chill next to me. Also, look at the sun. It's a very cool sun. It's like forest fire, like brush fire. Oh no, that sun. I don't like it anymore. Mother Nature, you've been a real bitch lately. Anyways, Colin, let's go get you a bed. Alright, the parking in this class is obviously not easy. I'm at a 3 meter right now. I can see cool bus. Kill that side. It takes up 2 spots. Gotta pay 2 meters. It's breaking the face, bro. If you were my dog, which one of these beds would you like? How about this one? No, guys. Good. It's not a very big spot. It's small. What? But it has to be that small. No, are you that good? No, tiny space next to you. A tiny space, tiny mace lace crate. No, dude, this is what we freaking need. We need one of these. Come. We need to think small. We have a tiny space. That's what I said. I don't know. I think you're fine with it. What do you think? You like this bed? I get my phone. So perfect. Hey. Oh, no. Dude, enjoy your beer. That's all right, buddy. It's your big bag. Yo, are you going to be a faithful dog or not? All I want to do is be the best dad that I can, take over the world, one dog at a time. This is not hard to ask for. Okay, little guy. That's the vlog. Back home with my boy. Hi, how are you?
The only way you're ever gonna know what it is is by heading into the big, wild, raging, so damn beautiful it hurts world. You have 48 hours until Saturday at midnight. To remove the billboard, or I'm releasing the second verse.
Hey, yo, good morning, little guy. How are you guys? Oh, whoa,
Maverick logo.
It's a good day. I just got back from Hawaii yesterday with my boy Brendan. How you doing? Where's Ashley, by the way?
You good, bro?
Okay, he's not good, bro. What? What did you just say? What?
Okay.
Yo, I'm still waiting to see my boy Kong. Ayla has him. Ayla!
Well, that was convenient.
Ayla! Hello? Ayla! It's Kayla! Hi! Oh, guys, it's been so long. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Hawaii was...
Guys, looks like you had fun with Chloe.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen so many pictures of clothing, like, in one day.
Are you tagging them?
Oh, heck yeah. All I get are tag
You
pictures.
want to?
It's just Chloe's butt. That's all I get.
Oh, what the?
What?
What's wrong with his hair? Didn't you see? You need to cut his hair?
Yeah, but I need it. Yeah.
Why did you do that? Look, he's not fucking Kong anymore.
No, but his face is so fluffy.
Hey, look.
What?
Man, quick sidebar. Oh, she good. She cut Kong's hair. Not cut. Cut Kong's hair. Bro, that's his brand. Okay, I'm like my whole Thanksgiving beat. Bro, Abe cuts Kong's hair and stopped asking me. Bro, I'm trying to handle this. I know. I'm stressed. Grab your things and go. Go get it there, Jack. No, don't make it happen. I just don't. What's she thinking, bro? Call him the savage. Like, my prized possession. Guys, he got 1.7 million followers on Instagram. And growing, bro. Okay, go, whatever. Back to the vlog. Guys, I do got good news. Oh my god. Yeah, so that man travel bag. Y'all see it, the best backpack in the world. That man's backpack. Yeah, the reason I bring this up, you guys saw yesterday's vlog. Well, big announcement. We were doing a pop-up Maverick merch shop in New York. The weekend of the 14th. Items like this will be here. You can like super exclusive, not available online. No, even if you don't live in New York. So even if you don't live in New York, like plan on flying to New York, the weekend of the 14th, 15th, and 16th. Okay, I want to shut down Times Square. Like, I want people to see exactly how strong we are. But the reason I bring it up is because, as you saw in yesterday's vlog, the weekend of the 14th, 15th, and 16th, we're doing a pop-up shop for Maverick in New York City. I'm talking... Oh, so sorry for everyone in the room. Sorry about that. Alright guys, first right with the agenda here, doing a little like photo shoot, flex and rope. We are doing a little photo shoot slash promotion thing for my show Those Fall Versus. You guys were there, I vlogged the whole thing. This season, season 2 is epic, guys. Thanks, Brendan. Red lip? Yeah. Wow. Oh, I like that. Yeah, by the way, if you look at it, there's a little update on that. Okay, that was dope. Now we're going, I believe, back home because Jake wants to like take me out and show me something. So let's do it! What up, G? I'm like, what up, you stop, bro? You fucking gotta pick up and do it. I'm coming right now. I'm nervous, bro. I know for a fact, there it is. I know for a fact you just have to show me his new truck. That's what he's doing. Oh no, bro, look at that look. I'm so fucking nervous, bro. I really want to get in the truck. Let's get in the truck, bro. How you doing back there, bro? Are you nervous? I'm a little nervous. He said it's just a train horse. Train horse? Yeah. I'm ready. This has got to be sweet. And it's just got to be like chest heart attack. You go for like a young kid, you go kind of mouth guy, like blow him out, like I just decide. Young and fried. Once you go young and fried. Oh! Yo, Jake, you're I love it, bro. The more steps, the more subscribers. Okay, I have one more thing to show you as well. There it is. Just as expected. I wanted to give you something to appreciate. There it is. Yep, I knew. But shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bro. Yo, I don't know what's happening. I'm fucking nervous right now. I'm in the back of the truck. Nobody's telling me what's going on. Okay. I don't love that much. In my face on it like I love it, but I don't. No! Yo, what the I knew it wasn't a train horse! No! I love this car! It's fun though! Hold your ball through! No, I didn't say you didn't love my work. You just say so. I didn't make that. I would never make that. I think you did it. No. Yeah, no, I definitely did. Where did you get that photo? No, it's not Photoshop. No, it is Photoshop. 100% that's Photoshop. Yeah, no, that's real. On the shirt, it's nice. It's real. I feel like that's the quality of Jake's merch stuff, so it makes sense. You guys are leaving? Yeah. Right. That's all you gotta know, right here? You know we don't live there. Woo! What you guys? Not mutual. But I'll see you later. He's good. He's my brother. He's good. Round of applause for Jake Paul. You gotta do something. We gotta do something, bro. Like that's aggressive. This is just not that loud. I don't know why people are jumping. That's my win. That's my little win.
Jake Paul diss track with 50 million views and plus the one line.
It's a little game.
It's a little game.
Don't do it.
You don't have permission to do me right now.
What are you doing,
Back
bro?
off.
What do you mean?
You don't have
Whoa.
Back off. You don't have permission. Turn it off. Don't tell me to do that. I'm not talking about you right now.
Yo, you hit a new record on the 52nd car.
I don't give a what I do. I was impressed. No, dude, it's not fucking dope.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, no.
You don't want to knock you out. Well, I got some camera. It'll be smart. I know that. Don't do it like that.
So the police calm down. And you don't have the fuck I hit you. And if you don't have permission to put me on video,
Totally. I'm gonna get a ticket. No, they're gonna take my camera.
no! Oh my God!
Yo, can you ask them if they'll be here in like 2 minutes? My Uber's gonna be here too, so I hope they're faster than that.
Yo, my Uber's here. You can catch us on YouTube at youtube.com/LoganPaulVlogs.
Yo, he's getting the Uber license plate. I don't know why he's recording me. My face is on the internet. And it's behind you too, apparently.
Bye, dude. Yeah, don't worry.
I hope your kids win their soccer game. What? No, I don't know. This like the day just got super interesting.
Struggling to find the car you want? AutoTrader has hundreds of thousands of cars to choose from, making it a great way to find a great car at a great price. Visit AutoTrader today.
Okay, little guy, I'm shook. And not because that guy beat my record for the longest haul. Jake's crazy, dude. What? I'm gonna talk about how he doesn't want hate and to like fight it. And then he goes and does just that. I'm feeling like the same way I did when we released his diss track album. Being publicly humiliated is not fun, dude. Even when you're doing great, I can't humiliate too, man. Bro, I would never be caught in bed wearing Jake's merch. Like, that's embarrassing. Like, who buys that, bro? Really, who buys that merch? Not me. Not you, no. But Logan, if you bought that merch, get out, please. You're not the Logan, bro. Throw on the eyes and stuff like this.
Look, here's what I'm trying to preach. Hey, my demographic, my audience is different than you.
I want to establish a family that is going to change the world, right? A family of mavericks who don't give a shit about other people and what they think. They know their goals and they're going to achieve. But if you're repping Jake's merch, it's just like, well, you're just wearing that's no competition, bro. Anyways, look, we have to somehow. We'll figure it out. I don't know yet, but we will figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh! You guys hear that?
Yeah, I got to hear that.
No, let's hear that.
Oh, I just found it. Yeah, throw it together.
It's so good. Oh, you got a beautiful head of hair now. Mwah. Sorry, let's think people out there. Hold this. You're pissing me off. And I'm already salty.
Okay.
Wow. What's going on, dude? I've been sitting there in the car. I've been thinking about what's the next move. I have a plan. I do. I have a plan. Brother Jake, I did not want to move this car. I did it, man. But if you say you want peace and you want to avoid the hate on YouTube, okay, clearly, like, you guys can see, I can see, that's not true, Jake. Like, you're a hypocrite, dude. Not boring. On top of it, and we'll keep up with the couple. Let's
god. Yo, I don't know if you guys saw. They were just posted up in the middle of the street. Oh man, come on, dude. Okay. What a weird chain of events, man. I know probably a lot of people right now are thinking like, oh, this is publicity stunt, this is fake, whatever it is. It's not, I can promise you, it's legitimately bad. It's just like, whoa, what? Why are you putting me in this position? Regardless, once again, it's going to be a pretty entertaining next 2 days. With that said, that is the vlog! Take the bottle away. Hold on. I am God of War. That's my son, Secretary of War.
Bring me over here, boy.
Father?
What?
Something changed. The forest feels different.
We're on a PS5, boy. You're feeling the 60 frames. This is my first time playing this. I know I'm late, but I want to be ready for God of War Ragnarok. But for now,
I must bury my wife.
bury your mother, boy. Death is a natural part of life. Welcome to the first God of War mission. My son and I are bonding, hunting deer.
Find the deer, boy.
Who's this one? I can see more grass.
Oh, wait, I'm exploring, boy. See that? A chest.
Well, we can follow you.
Loot is important, son. You can learn from your father. Here! Dinner! Come on, come on. Whoa, wait. Try that again. Do that again. Hey, there's fairies in this game. It's gonna pop up. Hey! I can do this! You know what? I want it back. Yes. What is over here? See the chest? I already see the chest.
Where are you going?
Exploring.
I think it's this one.
I'm gonna shoot this guy right now. So satisfying. What is it, boy?
Do not think of it as an animal. Think of it with mashed potatoes. Good.
It's okay, son. Death is a natural part of life.
Well done, boy. Hey! Whoa, okay, hey! Oh, that's not natural. That's not a natural pulse.
Okay, now, I don't know how to take this monster! Yeah, take this! I want it back. Take that! I want it back. I just do this for 20 minutes.
Yes, boy, better!
Walk it off. Here we go. The finisher! God of War is known for its finishers. Look away, boy!
I haven't been sick in a long time. I'm better.
Oh, you got like cancer or something.
Who is that?
Oh, it's this part. It's puzzle. Sorry, it's a popular game. I've seen a lot of cutscenes throughout the years. I knew you were coming.
Long way from home.
Yeah, we're playing.
Whatever it is, you see, I do not have it.
Go. Leave in peace.
Move on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Baldo, the main bad guy, I think. The Flash. I don't know your moveset, chill. I am the god of war, mother. What are you, the god of tattoos? God. Oh, you can parry cancel too. It's easy. Jesus. So threatening to just toss me around randomly like that. Kratos! Fight back! Oh, run! Spartan race.
I killed Ares! I killed Zeus! I killed the competition back in 2018!
Cool. I should have made some popcorn before playing this.
Look at that!
What you're saying probably what? I'm at the end of the game already. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the last God of War mission. I am currently winning, Baldur. Give up.
You know that! I have quick time events!
For this first God of War mission, my son and I are headed to the mountains to spread my late wife's ashes. We're bonding.
How long will it take to do nothing?
I do not know.
Before wonderful?
I do not know.
Okay.
Shrek donkey fight. Are we there? I'm still only at the bare bones of Kratos' moveset, but we'll get there. Games like this, the combat only gets there. Damn, already? Welcome to the last Star Wars. Son, get off the bridge. Oh my god. This game is a condom commercial.
More drug.
Please.
Wait.
Not dead, not dead!
The little puzzles in this game are alright so far. Pretty fun, actually. I expected worse. Old God of War puzzles hit differently. Put that shit dancing.
What do those rooms say?
Oh, it says family.
Look, this place looks great. I love colorful nature walks. So peaceful and pretty. Good boy. You look awesome, by the way. Puppy merch is available if you want it. I bought the tank top and t-shirt for myself. Look at those beach vibes, huh? This is one of those game environments where you wish you could dive into your screen and have a swim.
What's that?
That boy is the world serpent. I'm light years ahead